must attend on the calendar of any professional engaged in the field of finance. In some sense, this is a very interesting time to hold this conference, full of volatility around the world, lots of uncertainty, question marks, concerns. But it's, as we always believe, it's a story of a half full glass. All of these issues bring out a lot of opportunities, open up the door to better efficiency, encourage us to work towards nation building, towards better businesses faster, encourages government also to relook at their way of working. So therefore, I would say this convergence of such a large gathering of professionals that I can see before me will hopefully not only inspire confidence among stakeholders and investors, but also come out with some concrete suggestions on what we in government can do to take the journey of investors to greater and better levels. I would have ideally liked to be amongst all of you, participate in person, but there's a lot of things happening in Delhi at this point of time. And regrettably, I had to be in Delhi both yesterday and today and could not join you in person. I seek your apology. I remember Narayan Murthy once had said, in God we trust. Everybody else must bring data. And what better data point than a 7.8% GDP growth in the first quarter of financial year 25-26, the fastest growth in the last 5 years for a quarter. Private capex significantly up by 66%, showing renewed corporate confidence. Strong macroeconomic fundamentals, the lowest consumer price index inflation we've seen in a very long time. Domestic capital coming into the market in a big way. I was told millions of new demat accounts are being opened month on month. FDI has been up by 14%, but India today looks outward also. And we are investing in other parts of the world simultaneously. Banking sector has achieved probably the highest ever performance in many years and is today standing strong to support consumers, to support borrowers, to have safe deposits. All stakeholders today feel much safer with India's banking system. Of course, some of you must have made good money also in the way bank stocks have risen in the last few years. The rating of India has very recently been upgraded to triple B minus, one notch above the lowest investment grade, rather from triple B minus to triple B, one notch better. And while improving the rating, they not only gave us a stable outlook, but also spoke about robust growth and a very solid external finance with low external debt as indicators of a strong economy. In government, we have been working to expand our trading ties across the world. We've already settled FTAs with Mauritius, UAE, Australia, the four-nation EFTA bloc, Norway, Switzerland, Liechtenstein, and Iceland, United Kingdom. We are in active dialogue with the EU. My Commerce Secretary is in Brussels today. Their team is coming down next week or later this week, actually. The Commerce Minister, Trade Commissioner Marosh, is coming to India on the 12th. In every sense, one can see an excitement across the world to expand trading and business relations with India. We've had a little bit of a geopolitical issues overtaking trade issues in our negotiations with the United States of America. I do hope things will get back to track soon and we'll conclude a bilateral trade agreement by fall, November or so, as was discussed by our two leaders in February. We recognize that there's tremendous global turbulence. We are living in a very volatile, uncertain time, full of trepidation about the future. But at the same time, along with the government, along with the private sector, the government of India is working to fortify ourselves for long-term capacity building. We are working to further strengthen the macroeconomy. We are working towards ease of doing business and ease of living, deregulating wherever possible, reducing process, procedure, and policy, decriminalizing laws, so that truly the officialdom, which is often quite a hassle in doing business, can be reduced. I do hope some of you can give us some suggestions how we can make it easier to attract more investment, both domestic and international, how we can make your life better, how we do not duplicate things, how we can use technology rather than cumbersome paperwork, and what is the next level to which we can take our markets, both in terms of ethics and fair play, robustness, and expansion to serve a larger number of stakeholders better. We also believe that the GST2 reforms coming up over the next 2-3 days, 3rd and 4th, I think, is the GST Council meeting, will be a tremendous boost to consumer sentiment and give a fillip to demand in the market. It will also make life easier and simpler towards GST compliance. You're already aware we've done significant reduction in both personal taxes and corporate taxes. In fact, 25% as corporate tax would be amongst the lowest in a long time, or ever since independence. Similarly, Reserve Bank of India reduced both 50 basis points, reduced the CRR by 1%, while maintaining low inflation at 1.5% or thereabouts, 1.55%. Clearly showing that good economics and good politics both can go together. The government of Prime Minister Narendra Modi is committed to ensure that the economy continues to perform well We are focused on self-reliance, Atmanirbhar Bharat, not in terms of closing the doors to international engagement, but in terms of ensuring resilient supply chains. And we are not at the mercy of any one geography who can actually hurt our industry in any significant manner. We saw what happened to the auto industry, electronic industry, when permanent magnets were not being allowed to be shipped out of a country. The Reserve Bank of India governor also gave a clarion call the other day, inviting you to invest boldly, assuring price stability. And I can only add to his words, that along with investing boldly and assuring price stability, let us also focus on greater depth in the market. Let us also focus on high levels of ethics in the market, and let us take all necessary precaution so that we do not see undue speculation, which can often lead to a near gambling type of situation. India has a history where we have converted every crisis into an opportunity, be it 1991, be it 2008, be it the COVID pandemic 2020 to 22. In every difficult situation, India has only emerged stronger. And I think today is an opportune moment for all of us to see how collectively we can all help make the future of India brighter, better, our journey to Viksit Bharat 2047 more effective and smarter, how we can each one contribute to this journey, how we can come up with suggestions and ideas that will help both the government and all of you in your businesses. As the Honorable Prime Minister said, we are not here for incremental change. We are here for quantum leaps. And friends, for a small set of suggestions for our collective vision of India's growth story continuing to power on at high speed towards Viksit Bharat 2047, may I make a few suggestions? One, let us all look at Swadeshi and the consumption of goods and services which are Swadeshi in nature. Because every time you buy a product or take a service which has in it the sweat of an Indian and which is manufactured or provided from Indian soil, and that is the only definition of Swadeshi. हमारे देश की मिट्टी में बना हुआ चीज, हमारे देशवासियों के खून पसीने से बनी हुई चीज या दी हुई सेवाएं. When we do that, we help some poor person have a better life. We provide jobs to those at the bottom of the pyramid. We grow our economy. We support each other towards a brighter and better future. Two, manufacturing PMI, which is at a 17.5-year high, needs to be sustained through greater investments in the Make in India program. I think goods made in India, just like the drones and semiconductor industries now, making a lot of their products in India and are deeply invested in these sectors. There are many, many more sectors where we still continue to be import dependent. Today, I had a meeting with the CRGO users, the users from the transformer industry who need CRGO steel. And they have committed to buy from Indian companies if sufficient capacities come up. And Indian companies have taken the lead to start manufacturing CRGO steel in India. And this is the story in many other sectors where industry is coming forward with investments and buyers or users, stakeholders are committing to buy from India, because today everybody recognizes that resilient supply chains are an integral part to our success story. We saw how the auto sector, the electronic sector suffered after the permanent magnets were not made available by certain countries. I also believe infrastructure as a force multiplier will add tremendously to consumption demand and give a big boost to the Indian economy. We plan to continue to power our infrastructure investments from the government of India and from various state governments. I'm sure, coupled with the consumption boost GST will give, our infrastructure spending will help take our economy to much greater heights. Sustainability and green energy are becoming the flavor of the day. I would like to add energy efficiency and energy conservation as also ideas whose time has come. And I urge all the participants to start a movement focused on use of sustainable energy, supporting this sector in a big way, and also helping provide jobs through buying made in India products from the renewable energy sector. All of you use LED bulbs in your home. You're contributing to India's energy efficiency, energy saving, and our growth story. When you buy a 5-star rated AC, air conditioner, it may feel 500 or 1,000 rupees costlier, but the payback is even faster. Can we all become quality conscious, and can we spread the word of quality anywhere and everywhere, so that what Prime Minister Modi had said in 2014, zero defect, zero effect. We will neither make any product which hurts the environment, nor will we make any product which is of poor quality. If collectively we all resolve to follow strong protocols and voluntarily buy high quality goods made in India, supporting the Make in India program, we will actually be taking the country 2 steps forward. And as each one of you takes 2 steps forward, as India and 140 crore Indians take 2 steps forward, bear in mind that the nation will take 280 crore steps forward. It's our collective work, collective vision and mission that can help India achieve greater heights. This is the right time to bring innovation and have a conviction in building the right type of infrastructure, boosting demand through any and every manner in this journey towards Viksit Bharat, when we hope to see a prosperous nation, world's growth story being intact, if not better, and we becoming a superpower, a strong nation in the comity of nations, a nation that matters, a nation that shows light to the rest of the world. This is the India of my dreams. This is the India of the dreams of 140 crore Indians. I hope each one of you who are blessed to be a part of this very important engagement that Motilalji holds every year will dream big, will aspire big, and will certainly achieve big in the years to come. My best wishes to each and every one of you and to this conference. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Can we have a resounding round of applause for Shri Piyush Goyal ji? Piyush ji, thank you so much for taking out time from your busy schedule and sharing your valuable insights with us. We are truly, truly honored with your presence here. Well, with that, on behalf of the audience,